working on
You're listening to
his chase, discovers all the BACnet points, so all the Zigbee points, all the wireless points, all the Notion points were converted by CAN2Go into BACnet objects, right?
Hi, this is Eric Stromquist. Welcome to Control Talk Now, your control news of the week. It is the week ending March 30th. March is going out like a lamb here in Atlanta. It's about 70 degrees outside. And I'm here with my co-host, the one, the only, the man from Pittsburgh, Ken Smyers. Ken, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Eric. How are you? I wish we were at 70 degrees. We might peak at 50 today, but we're anxiously awaiting the arrival of spring here in the north.
Man. It seems like this winter has just drug on and on forever. So I'm ready for spring to come and stay.
Me too.
Kenny, who's our sponsor this week?
Eric, the sponsor for News of the Week, Control Talk News of the Week, episode number 7 is CAN2Go, Schneider Electric's newly acquired company, a very successful division out of Canada that is migrating into the North American markets, and they're teaming up with Vykon. So CAN2Go, we'll say specifically, but we also want to give some love out to Schneider Electric and Vykon.
Well, yeah, well, talk a bit about that. You actually went to training last week, Kenny, so tell me a little bit about training and what that was like.
Okay, Eric, training at CAN2Go was, we were fortunate enough to be able to go to North Andover, Massachusetts, and we were up with 12 other guys, actually 10 other guys. Jim Steiber from Control Consultants, my brother David Smyers from Neighbor C. Smyers also was in attendance at this training, and it was very, very good. CAN2Go is representing this product line as building automation's missing link. And that's a really cool thing, because what they're saying is they're going between the small, light commercial building jobs, the sizes, churches, malls, and it could go all the way up to your Niagara framework jobs. And it could provide a missing, what they consider to be a missing part of the product solution set.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about this, Kenny. At least our systems integrators down here are saying that they're seeing more and more need for a light commercial system that truly works. And so I think that's a great niche right there. And I think what makes that product a bit unique too is the fact that it is wireless. So you have an in-ocean wireless radio on board that I guess talks to the sensors, but then it also communicates via mesh, right? Oh
yeah, Eric, it's more than wireless. It's truly, they use what they call under the hood. And you have the protocols and standards. So you have the ability to do web-enabled, out of the box, powered up, give it an IP address, and you've got your network now available through a browser. 2, you have the networking. It'll do Zigbee, in-ocean, BACnet, and the CAN2Go. CAN2Go, CAN protocol, CAN bus is an interesting bus by itself, like Modbus, CAN bus. It's for the aerospace industry. It's for the automobile industry. It's very, very fast and it's very reliable. So that's the inherent proprietary bus with CAN2Go.
So, and I think it's interesting. They have their own programming language, right? It's sort of unique to them, but it's been around for a while.
Well, the LUA, L-U-A program, it comes out of South America. It's used a lot in the gaming industry, and what it is known for is its flexibility. So you can write your own program, like Sedona, you can write your own program modules for any application-specific things you want to do. It gives you that flexibility. You can do, basically, you're only limited by your own efforts, your own, what you want to get done. You can take a lot of things that are already done. A lot of the applications are already prepared, and it's going to continue to grow as a library, as an industry library. But it gives you that flexibility. Imagine Zigbee. Okay, so there you go. You can put a controller on there and then put a Zigbee card. It's actually antenna based. The one antenna, the pink or red antenna, represents the Zigbee, and the blue or the green antenna. And you screw these into the CAN2Go controller. That gives you in-ocean, so you can either buy them with or without or both. And then the BACnet is inherent to the controller. So it gives you a tremendous amount of networking capability and then into control. So you can do your in-ocean, all your lighting, all your appliances, or all your inside of a zone or inside of a school or inside of a facility where you're using in-ocean. So you can use your light switches, your relays. Then Zigbee, so your whole line of Vykon thermostats, for instance, anything that's Zigbee, so you can put a controller there and you can have a whole up to 25 total nodes on one network. And then if you exceed that, then you have to get the second network. And then, of course, Modbus, and then BACnet. And what's really cool, Eric, and I wasn't aware of this until I attended the school, was that it takes those wireless points, those Zigbee points, and those in-ocean points, and it writes them as BACnet points. So all of a sudden they become addressable, and it's a really cool technology.
So make it very easy to start out with that, and then if you needed to add on and wanted to tie into a JACE later on, seems like it'd be very easy to add a bigger network later on, or add it to a bigger network.
Exactly. So it's modular. You're not losing any ground. You're moving forward. You take care of a small solution and you integrate into a larger enterprise solution. And you said, you said something very, very good, Eric. And I think we have to constantly remind ourselves what kind of an economic situation we're in. I just read an article about Illinois, Chicago in particular, how they're closing thousands of schools. So when you're dealing with that kind of economy, you have to have the ability to tell the building owners and the your customers that you do still have a solution, even though you have a limited budget. It might even be for a limited time. You could still go in there and take control of your building management needs, your lighting needs, your energy savings.
So it's going to be very interesting because I know some other people that we know here at Control Trends, EasyIO, Mike Marston, Brian Pike with his Aurora controllers, InTouch plays in that space a little bit too. So you got several people vying for that space, the light commercial space, where they're maybe on a limited budget, but they want to take advantage of the energy savings and the operational savings they can have by being able to connect their buildings in. All right, Kenny, so what's up next?
All right, Eric. Well, let's go through our standard format where we go people, products, and events. So you had the opportunity to post some interesting people on Control Trends.
Well, the Control Trends Awards, we're still sort of celebrating that, the 2012 Control Trends Awards, and we're still editing videos from the awards. So we posted Lars Kevitt, one of our favorite technical support people from Honeywell Vykon, and Roger Rebennack on the red carpet together. And that's quite a combination, those two, because Roger is just sort of over the top, and Lars a bit on the reserve side. So a lot of people have told me that's one of the funniest videos they've seen us post. So that was one that was posted. The other one we posted was Ed Merwin from Tridium Vykon accepting the award at the 2012 Control Trends Awards for the Best Automation Control System of the Year. So if you don't know Ed, Ed is one of the truly, truly great guys in our industry. So it was a lot of fun to post that. So be sure to check those out on Control Trends.
Very good. And then we're moving now into products. Eric, 4 or 5 really good product presentations this week on Control Trends. I like the one you did on the FireEye and Maxon. The FireEye, of course, that's we've had a tremendous flame safeguard season. I don't know about you in Atlanta, but we've had a lot of cold weather. We sold a lot of FireEye and we sold a lot of Honeywell. But the FireEye presentation you did gives everybody an opportunity to see how the systems work, the information, what goes with what, and the safety concerns. The Nexus fuel-air ratio, a great product. Introduce that oxygen sensor, give you better information to come up with the most complete boiler efficiencies.
Even though Control Trends is primarily building automation and HVAC control, we do have a lot of industrial viewers on Control Trends. We're a Maxon burner rep, and just like on the commercial side, where we're trying to save money by better control, on the combustion side, they're trying to save money by being more fuel efficient with the cost of fuel going up. So it is a good post on Maxon. Maxon burners, which Honeywell bought a couple of years ago. So it's a very good post on one of their burners. And then FireEye, hey Kenny, I wish I could take credit for that that training class. It's actually a 3-part flame safeguard training class. My friend Mike DeLaCluse up at Lessman Instruments up in Illinois, actually it's a copy of a webinar training that they did. Great training, so thanks to Mike and his team for that. So we had the first 2 pieces put up. We'll be putting the 3rd piece up later this week. And I got to tell you, Kenny, the coolest product release that I saw this week was Honeywell's new Prestige, the new look Prestige. And as you know, one of the most controversial topics on Control Trends is Nest. We get more sort of, I don't want to say hate mail, but let's just say they get pretty aggressive about the fact that they think that contractors and distributors are just piling on and adding extra margin and don't create any value. So we hear a lot of that on Control Trends. But I got to tell you, I have Nest in my house. I actually installed it. It's a really cool stat. And one of the things I really liked about it, Kenny, was the look of it. It was a really cool look. But I got to tell you, I look at the new Honeywell Prestige and the different colors and the things you can do from a decorating standpoint, and you look at the Nest, and I think Honeywell's out-designed Nest. I think the Honeywell stat is actually much better looking than the Nest stat. So all you nesters out there, get on comments. Again, it's time to get your comments up. Put your hate mail in. Tell me why I'm wrong. And all you Honeywellers or people that go through two-step distribution, are you really okay with the fact that Nest is completely bypassing distributors and contractors? The contractors that sell it, they tell you how much you can install it for. I don't even know that that's legal, but they're doing that. So I'd like to know what you guys think in comments. Let's get some dialogue going about this. If nothing else, it's the most controversial thing going on in our industry right now. So, but I do want to say, Kenny, hats off to our friend Mike Keller at Honeywell. He took over that division. As you know, he got a promotion right before the Control Trends Awards. Already seeing his touch, his impact. But if you hadn't seen that, check that thermostat out. The Prestige was already rocked and rolled anyway, and now with these new color combinations, it truly is aesthetically, I think, one of the best looking stats on the market.
Getting back down to the nuts and bolts of things, and I did see the same. The video or the blog, and I'll tell you what I really like is how you're getting solutions. We're going beyond the focus of a thermostat controlling temperatures. We're talking indoor air quality. We're talking temperature sensors, outside air temperature sensors. We're talking about humidity, so that you can the level of comfort you can provide from a simple thermostat is getting incredible, and it's wireless.
Yeah.
Again, and to have that kind of it is the most customizable display I've ever seen, and the colors are cool. Everything's cool about it. I think you're right, and the price points. You can't ever forget about the price points. This is all about how much does it cost to buy the product and put it in. Well, wireless cuts down some of your installation costs, and the purchase price of the thermostat is one thing. And plus, I think I might have heard. I don't know if it's for certain at this point, but there might be an opportunity for an additional savings if they come to Control Trends and visit at the right time. There might be a discount coupon associated with this Prestige thermostat.
There might be. We're going to try to get Mike Keller and his team on ControlTalk Now, and we're going to try and twist their arm a little bit, see if we can't help get this thermostat out into the marketplace. So you guys stay tuned for the Control Trends Now for that. So anyway, congratulations to Honeywell. And don't get us wrong, Nest. We like all you guys. Really appreciate your comments. As a matter of fact, you got to give the nesters credit for one thing. They're very passionate about their beliefs, so they come to Control Trends and they let us know what they think. So we appreciate you guys for that. And all right, you Honeywellers and EcoBeers and Vykonixers and InTouchers, get busy and comment, share with the Control Trends community. All right, Kenny, what do we have up next?
Well, a real brief comment on a demand response product that came out of Connection. Interesting spelling there. I'd recommend to go to Control Trends and see the post from March 26th. But that's a neat thing. It's a driver certified virtual end node driver for the Niagara X platform. And it enables rapid and easy deployment of standards-based automatic demand response solutions. So that's another feather in Niagara's cap to be able to put that framework in place and keep adding to it. Next up, Eric, we had the WattStopper came out with a new contractor panel. Now this is just getting better and better because one of the issues that we're trying to deal with is wasting light energy or wasting energy for lights being left on, light litter, and we'll come back to that later on. But the LC8 modular contractor panel by WattStopper was introduced, and it's specifically designed for a flexible, simple control of indoor and outdoor lighting, specifically for churches, malls, building lobbies, corridors. But there's no longer any reason why you can't take total control of your lighting, ensure maximum energy efficiencies, and great product by WattStopper.
Yeah, we're really thrilled to be working with WattStopper too. And Kenny, as you know, they are members of our group now, Controls Group North America, which is, I think the creme de la creme of automation distributors in the country. So through WattStopper and CG&A, we're able to get even better prices on that product.
We should make one more reference to Contemporary Controls and the outstanding support that they provide the industry with their BACnet series. We posted the back at part 7, the device profiles. What a great series! What a great learning tool for just to put that out into the public domain and let let the newbies coming on board, can feel more comfortable if they need to prep. And I even use go to it because I just like to feel more confident as more and more things develop in the integration business. BACnet becomes more and more important, and there's just so many things to learn. So you need those references.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we sell Contemporary Controls. We sell their routers and some of their other products. The products work, great support. The video series that Kenny is referring to it's nice. They're very short. They take little concepts about BACnet. If you go through the whole series, you have a real good understanding of BACnet. So I echo what you say, Kenny. Thanks so much to Contemporary Controls for that great series. The other thing we want to talk about is we did post Tridium Talk, the March issue, which they were talking about the migration from R2 to AX. So it's a great little webinar that they did that we reposted for them. And, basically R2 is going away by 2:15. It's going to be gone. AX is where everybody's going. There's a lot more in AX, so it's not like you're stepping backwards for that. But all the questions you need to have answered about that you can find on that post, R2 to AX migration on ControlTrends.org.
And everybody visit the Control Trends post on that because it's a great post done by Rick Weisensale, and it just reviews the history. 1999, you had R2 introduced, 2005 AX introduced, and now we're seeing 4.0 come on, and with a tremendous amount of features. In other words, these are improvements, but the reality is that R2 is a legacy system now, and it's time for everybody to start making that gradual adjustments, which you're going to do in the future to make sure you're not facing a reality that in 2015 there's not going to be much R2 available.
Yeah, no more R2. For
no more new projects. Yep. Okay, great. All right. Well, let's transition then, Eric, into events.
Well, I think the biggest event we have, Kenny, coming up again is Haystack Connect, which is coming up in the end of April, first part of May. I had John Petsy from Sky Foundry on Control Talk 2.0 a while back, and as you know, John is one of the co-founders of Haystack Connect. So who better than John? Here's a quick excerpt from that interview with John talking about what Haystack Connect's all about.
Haystack Connect is an event targeted primarily at the practitioners who are applying smart systems and devices. So we can say system integrators, control contractors, et cetera. And then you might say, okay, well, why does anybody need another event? And what we find is there's a whole series of events that are kind of hosted and managed by an individual vendor, and you're going to get a certain viewpoint there. And then there are some that are association oriented, but again, they have a viewpoint. And we were talking with other technology companies out in the field, and we said, where's the event for just the people who are doing this stuff, right? Across the board, all of the issues we run into. And everybody looked at each other and said, there really is an event like that anymore. And so a group of us got together and said, there ought to be one.
You and I are both going to be there. We've talked about it on Control Talk Now before, but if you haven't had a chance, go to their website, haystackconnect.org, and check it out.
Absolutely, Eric. I'm looking forward to it. And the word's getting out on the Haystack Connect 2013. I know 4 or 5 people now that already made arrangements and signed up, and they're looking forward to it. Everybody's kind of excited what's going on. Again, it's a new concept now. It's the movement within the community. In other words, this is not driven by any vendor specific. It's people that have these extraordinary products and solutions now, and they're layering them on top of each other. There's a synergy coming together. It's like a good storm to have because you have a sharing of expertise, and it's a very informative meeting, and it's coming up. We also have Hardy's HR organizational conference down there in Saddlebrook. That's going to be April 14th and 16th. And we need everybody to make sure they come back for Control Talk Now episode 8, because there's a whole nother litany of events coming, and it's just it's too much for one conversation, but it's just nonstop. So
well, it is, and we'll just give you guys a couple of hints, awards, and The Great Gatsby and Mark P. Todd. Okay, so stay tuned next week. We'll have more on that. So Kenny, I think that's a wrap for this week. I'm Eric Stromquist. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Stromquist or on ControlTrends.org. And you are the man, the myth, the legend.
Ken Smyers. Thank you, Eric, and we'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you next week, Kenny.
Indeed.
All right, let's do that outro one more time, okay?
Okay, listen, I wish I could say that about Follow Me on Control. I'm going to get that. Next week, I'm going to have follow me on Twitter too.
Okay.
I'm not yet. I don't know if I'm going to do that. All right, but let's go ahead and do that. So,
Okay. So a lot of great new events coming up, Kenny. We'll be talking about those next week with some special announcements. I won't say much now other than the fact that, let me give you 3 words: awards, Frank Sinatra, Mark Peacock, and The Great Gatsby. All right, that's it for this week. Control Talk Now. I'm Eric Stromquist. You can follow me on Twitter at Eric Stromquist, or find me on Control Talk Now, or even on LinkedIn for that matter. And this is my partner, my co-host,
Ken Smars.
And this is my co-host,
Ken Smars. All right, let's try that again. Okay.
Yeah, and this is my co-host,
Ken Smars out of Pittsburgh.
All right, Kenny, thank you so much for this week, buddy. Have a great week. We'll see you next time on Control Talk Now.
Indeed, Eric.
Give me one big indeed. Loud indeed. End it up on an upbeat.
All right, indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
I like that one. All right, buddy, we're good. Hang on, I'm going to turn